Hello everyone, my name is Derek and welcome to the Netflix Knowhow, the review show here to help you stop browsing and start watching. Today is a very special episode because I am going to be reviewing One Punch Man is an anime series about a guy named Saitama who is a hero for fun. Or at least it would be more fun if every enemy he faced didn't immediately disintegrate in glorious fashion after he hits them. After years of hard work and training, I'll come back to that by the way, Saitama has become so ridiculously powerful that literally nothing challenges him anymore. As the man says himself. The whole premise of the show is basically a parody of the superhero genre in general. It asks the question, what happens if you have a superhero who is so powerful that he can literally destroy anything with just a single punch? One punch! The title of the show is not an exaggeration, it is just a statement of fact. I have to say that I really enjoy how the show flips the standard hero-villain power dynamic on its head. Most superhero arcs tend to involve some kind of villain or a threat that presents a seemingly insurmountable challenge that the hero must then strive to overcome. In short, the hero has to climb a really big mountain while wearing nothing but their underpants. So then that begs the question, how do you make a superhero interesting if every mountain they encounter is really just a tiny anthill for them? Well, just make them a normal person like you and me. Despite the fact that Saitama can punch a hole through a cliffside using only the wind generated by his swing, he's pretty much just an average guy. He lives in a tiny apartment, he's more concerned about weekend sales than scary monsters, and he's not actually very good about taking on responsibilities. Uncle Ben would be so disappointed.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Responsibility. Don't stop saying it!
Let's get out of here, bro!
It's absolutely hysterical watching Saitama unwittingly take on a disciple who is basically the exact opposite of him. Genos is a human-turned cyborg who is on a quest for righteous vengeance against another cyborg who destroyed his entire village and left him for dead. He's super hot-headed and impulsive, and he always has a tendency to underestimate the power of his opponents. After Saitama saves his life, he decides to become Saitama's disciple with the hopes of one day becoming just as strong as Sensei himself. Saitama really doesn't like being called Sensei, by the way. Genos takes a lot of notes, he asks a lot of questions, and he's always super eager to accompany Saitama on all of his adventures. Basically, he becomes Saitama's puppy dog, except with the ability to burn entire buildings to the ground. Saitama, he doesn't know the first thing about teaching anything to anyone. All he really does is just go about his daily business and lets Genos tag along with him. Genos is always asking Saitama about the keys to his incredible power, and we actually get to hear Saitama's inner thoughts as he's trying to figure out how to respond to this. In short, he doesn't know what the heck he's doing. He's just a normal guy. He's just trying to live his life and figure every day out just like the rest of us. There's actually a really funny moment in one of the episodes where we get to hear Saitama's inner thoughts as he makes up this wise man mumbo jumbo just to get Genos out of his hair. Or lack of hair, I should say. The point I'm trying to make here is that he's basically the equivalent of a fortune cookie for a teacher. Ironically enough, most of the really important lessons that he ends up teaching happen completely by accident, just by him being him. It gives the show a surprising amount of sentiment and emotional depth. Be humble, be kind. That's basically the teachings of Saitama in a nutshell. As for the actual secret to his strength, well...
続けることだ。どんなに辛くてもな。俺は3年でここまで強くなった。腕立て伏せ100回、上体起こし100回、スクワット100回、そしてランニング10キロ。これを毎日やる。
Yeah, that'll do it. The second half of the season involves Genos and Saitama joining the Hero Association, which is basically like a corporatized version of the Justice League. Genos, being a highly advanced cyborg, gets perfect scores on the physical and written exams. Hero ranking, Class S. That's the highest you can get. Saitama crushes the physical exam. Quite literally. But writing is not exactly his strongest attribute. Hero ranking, all the way down in Class C. The Hero Association is, well, let's just say that hero is pretty loosely defined here. I'm not saying that they're all just average citizens with no powers whatsoever. There's plenty of those, by the way, including a fan favorite among the people named Moomin Rider. Do you want to know what his secret power is? He has a bike. But the vast majority of them don't really seem to be in the business for the right reasons. Some of the heroes are doing this for justice in the fight against evil, but most of them are just in it for the celebrity status that comes along with it. Yeah, there are plenty of scary monsters that show up that need to be defeated, but a lot of the fighting actually goes on between the heroes themselves as they squabble about their place within the rankings. That's what makes Saitama such a good character, because it's very clear that he doesn't actually care about the rankings. Yes, he does get frustrated that people don't know who he is, and he really doesn't care about having to meet quotas while being ranked as a Class C hero, but when bad things go down, he's always going to show up to save the day. Even when other heroes accuse him of stealing the credit for a victory. Even when the public thinks he's a cheat because all of his victories appear so easy. Saitama is a true hero. He is a hero because he wants to be a hero, not because all of the fame and fortune that comes with it. Being a hero is simply the right thing to do, and he gets a kick out of it, and he never once questions what he's doing. It's actually pretty sad that he doesn't get the respect he deserves, because he's basically the entire reason that humanity has not been wiped off the face of the earth. I don't understand how anyone could possibly not see that in him, but I guess that's what he gets for not participating in their stupid popularity contest. It's a very different story for those who have been touched by his heroics firsthand, though. That's the reason Genos is so loyal to him, and why some of the more genuine heroes actually respect him very deeply. You're a good man, Saitama. Don't let this world get to you. On a final note, I want to talk about the action real quick. Yeah, it's pretty boss. Surprisingly gory too. I know I spent a lot of time talking about Saitama and the heroes and some of the themes explored in this show, but this show throws some pretty hefty action punches. I was curious to see how exactly they were going to make the action involving a one-punch man exciting, and I have to say, I was definitely not disappointed. Part of that is because the monsters are all really fun and super silly, but they're also really strong too. Genos is an incredibly formidable fighter, but he still gets torn to pieces by these monsters all the time. Even the other top-ranked heroes regularly face situations where they are clearly in over their heads. It really puts the power of these creatures in perspective, and even more so just how strong Saitama actually is. It's always kind of funny when he finally shows up, because he's so bored, and the monsters are trying so hard to kill him. The best moments are when the villains go on these big, intimidating rants, only for Saitama to interrupt them because he has better things to do, like, I don't know, go grocery shopping?
獣王はいかなる相手でも決して手は抜かぬのだ。
ま、冗談はさておき。
One Punch Man is a funny and entertaining anime series that parodies the superhero genre in wonderfully loving fashion. If you like anime, this is definitely one you are not going to want to miss. Even if you don't like anime, I think that there's enough crazy action and fun characters here to make it worth checking out. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have 10 kilometers to run and a few hundred push-ups to do. Evil's not gonna fight itself. Thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. So I realized right after I put down all of my filming equipment that I forgot to record this part. Whoopsie. So I'm outside in the great outdoors. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it's a little bit different than things I usually do on this show, but hopefully it will be something I will be doing more of in the future. So, you know, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. You can follow me on Twitter. You can head on over to Facebook, like and follow me on there. And as always, if you want to know your flicks, you know where to click. I think that's the right side. Maybe it's this side. It's one of these sides. I'm a little off right now. Happy hunting, guys. See you next week.